C.Andrew Nelson, again.
Again, yes.
Sometimes known as Darth Vader. But I'm also a visual effects artist, and I think that's what we're going to talk about
Yes, let's
today.
talk about this, because we found this rare artifact.
Look at this. I worked on this game, Dark Forces.
Yes, we've talked about it at the electronics show,
Yep.
but we never had the artifact to go with it. So you
Look
can
at this. Actual, complete, full box.
let's see the open up full box
Open up the box here.
and defaced by somebody on the front.
Yes. You get the game. Back in the day, this is 1994 I worked on this game. And then you open this up, and you got all, look at this, you got all the stuff that came with it.
The code manual.
Code manual. The ads for the other games.
Yes,
I
the
worked
free
on
game.
Full Throttle too.
Look at that. It's even the demo disc is there.
The demo disc of that. And then the...
You can
some
order
ads
the
for some
magazine, stay ahead of the game.
Yes.
Back in time.
Back in time, yes. So not only did I work on the game as a visual effects artist, working on the effect shots, but I'm in the game as Darth Vader.
So does the manual have any pictures of you as Darth Vader in there?
No. Not that I know of, no. And I've signed it to Robbie, right there, see?
Oh, you mean defaced it?
Yes, I defaced it to Robbie. Yeah. This is your fate. See the stormtrooper dying there?
Yes.
Now look at Robbie.
He's not coming back.
One of these times it's going to take.
Yes.
I'm going to force choke him and he'll be dead.
You know, you might want to body slam him instead.
I should just body slam.
Just get off the top table, do the Macho Man elbow drop on him once you knock him down.
Exactly. But but this was a fun project to work on. It was one of the first games that I worked on.
I think it was the first Star Wars game to come out on.
It was the first. It was the first game of its type. I mean, it was the first of the modern Star Wars games.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was basically it was Doom, but Star Wars.
Yes, because we're following at that point Wolfenstein, the Wizard game.
Right.
And I don't think the other one, Doom, had come out quite yet.
No, Doom was out, but not
Doom.
Quake. Quake hadn't come
Yeah.
out yet. So,
And then Dark Forces came out, and it's like,
right.
it's like the greatest thing ever. We get to play Star Wars
Yes.
first person.
Exactly. Yeah. And
And
there's
that-
a lot of little hidden things inside there too.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's that one or Jedi Knight, which was the follow-up. But we had an Imperial smoking lounge, if you could find it. You walk in and there's a whole bunch of Imperial officers just standing around. You know. There was also one of the levels. If you looked at it from way up above, it was actually the shape of Max from Sam and Max. It was his head. So there's a lot of things like that were hidden in the
But
game.
a lot of stuff is hidden in games like that.
Sure.
You know, either from disgruntled map employees. I know firsthand. I did it to one of the maps on Dominus.
Yeah.
It's just from an aerial view. You'll see it's all penises.
Yeah.
All the trails of the town make giant.
Yeah.
But when you look at it on a flat way, it's fine.
Yeah. But it was a fun project, and it was the first time that we had to do some of these classic Star Wars effects in a digital form, because it had always been done as optical process before in the
2D.
films. Yeah.
And it's
all
also 2D,
Yeah.
like with the Super Nintendo, where it's a platform jumper.
Right. And for Dark Forces, things like doing holograms for the characters. You know, we had certain characters were holograms. We had to figure out how to do that as a digital effect.
Also,
it
too-
also has it has the first 3D stuff that LucasArts had ever done.
Also, too, keep in mind, it's the first chance anyone ever got to fight Boba Fett in real time.
That's right. And you also have a little bit of that live action in there for the first time in a LucasArts
Yeah.
game.
So did you do the live action?
Yeah, I'm Vader for the live action. There's a couple of shots real quick in there. There's also Boba Fett is in there briefly too in a live action footage, and it's actually the game designer Justin Chin dressed as Boba Fett.
Was that the original costume for it?
Oh yes, yes. In fact, here's a great story. I just barely started playing Vader. I think I'd only played Vader once prior to that, and so Justin was in my office along with Mike Levine, who was the main effects guy at LucasArts at the time, and I was working for Mike. And we were all sitting around and we were talking about the animators were having trouble animating some of these sequences with Boba Fett and with Vader, and Justin was saying, oh man, if I could just shoot actor in costume, it'd be so much easier and put it in the game. And Mike was saying, yeah, we could do that. We could put it in the game if we could get that footage. And I said, I know somebody. I have a contact up there at the ranch because I just played Vader it was for a live event, and so we get up there to this point. We're thinking, okay, well, what are we going to do? Can we get this live action footage? So we called Skywalker Ranch. We talked to Don Bees, who was both working at the model shop at ILM, and he was the archivist at the ranch. And we said, well, how much would it be for us to use the costumes? And he said, well, we can rent them to you. What do you mean rent? It's Lucasfilm, it's LucasArts. We're all one big happy family. No, we can rent them to you for, and he told us how much. And then when we came to, after fainting, he said, but if they don't leave the ranch, and if you shoot everything up here, then it won't cost anything. So we went up to Skywalker Ranch, we went to the archives building, we found just a blank wall, and we shot everything in front of the blank wall, and we did a difference mat to pull everything off there. And actually, some of it I had to just rotoscope and trace the outline of Vader and Boba Fett to get it into the game, and that's how we did it.
So, how was it like to be on Skywalker Ranch?
Oh, it's great.
It's like being on holy ground for a nerd.
It's a very peaceful place. It really is. You know, you get out there and it's like you realize it's exactly what George wanted it to be, a filmmaker's retreat. So that
as far away from society as possible.
Yeah, and it is. It's way up Lucas Valley Road in Marin County. I mean, I can even give you the address. You're never going to get in there.
No.
The security is tight.
Well, it's kind of like his sister's place in Modesto, where it's like it's a fortress as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. George is looking after his sister.
Yeah.
but the ranch is it's amazing. It's beautiful. And I've been there, I don't know how many times, countless times, but every time I've been up there, it's just lovely. But it's deceiving too, because you look at all these things and like there's the tech building looks like a winery, and there's the main house, and it looks like this mansion. But at the same time, there's some high-tech stuff going on up there. You know, it's an incredible screening room. There's all the editing bays.
Well, I used to work in the town where they filmed Star Wars at, and I used to like going to the antique stores, and everyone else in my art department never liked walking around at lunch. I would, and I'd go look at the antiques.
Yeah.
Finally, they'd start telling me the stories of what buildings did what, like which building they filmed the AT-ATs at, which building they filmed the Millennium Falcon escape scenes for Star Wars.
Sure, yeah.
This barn was used for this because his special effects got so big that he needed to have multiple buildings or barns or garages just to do each section.
Yeah, absolutely. It's true. Absolutely true.
And you're just there. It's just impressive listening to the history of the entire Star Wars being filmed up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, and they're just dirty old garage barns that are now antique stores.
I know. But what a great story to have for your antique store.
You think they would put plaques in front of them all?
You'd think it.
And this is where Star Wars so-and-so scene was filmed.
Yeah.
This is where so-and-so scene A100 was filmed.
Right.
But it looks like you've got a line starting to pack up.
Okay.
I keep scaring them away during this interview. So we're just saying
I think it's Robbie's dead body that they just trying to step over it.
Well, the flies haven't started circling yet, which is normal when he's alive.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it takes this time.
No, I got to get him home.
You need to bury him. You need to bury him face down so he can't dig his way out.
No, the problem is the cats dig him out.
That's the problem with cats.
And the cats also bury him too.
That's true.
They think he's one of their mistakes. That's why his mom won't let him play in sandboxes anymore.
Yes, I laughed a little too hard. That was vicious. But, yes. So if you can find yourself a copy, play this game. It actually still holds up pretty well. Or you can go on YouTube and you find a lot of the cutscenes.
How's the speed work on it? You said it holds up well before we sign off.
What's that?
How's the speed of the game still hold up for the time?
I think pretty good. Not too bad. Yeah. I don't know though. I'm not one. Here's the thing. I don't play this kind of game. I make games. I don't play them very often.
That's usually how it worked for me when I was making them.
And the problem was when I worked at LucasArts, I would finish one game and I'd be right on to the next one. So I wouldn't get a chance to actually play the games I was working on usually. And when you get home, you don't even want to see a computer.
Well, it goes back to when I was working at Sega. I worked next to the game testers.
Yeah.
And they go, if you love video games, don't ever work in the industry because you learn to hate them.
Oh yeah. Sure.
You don't want to see them at the end of the day.
People think, especially for the testers, think, oh wow, I get paid to play a game all day. No, you get paid to break a game all day.
And then the worst part is, you're not going to play Halo or something like that. You get your choice. You may be playing Barbie's Magical Island all day trying to break it.
Barbie's Magical Island. We need that with Master Chief. Master
Yes.
Chief needs to be in Barbie's Magical Island.
Yes. So you can do his hair and his armor in different colors, bedazzle his armor up.
I would pay money for that. I would pay top dollar for that.
Okay. We need to develop bedazzling Master Chief.
You and me, we need to get the license and do that, yes.
So until next time.
The Force is strong with you.
But not with Robbie.
Not with Robbie. Poor Robbie.
Yes. Oh, can you do one more thing?
Yes.
Shout out to Katie. Happy birthday for Sonic, because today's his birthday.
Katie, happy birthday for Sonic! Yay, it's Sonic's birthday! Woo!
That's why she's not here today.
Oh, slacker.
Yes. So until next time, we're signing off.
Blessings to you.